Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to this exclusive and private VIP broadcast. My name is Darren Little from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada, and tonight we have a treat for you. And guys, I am fired up, and I'll tell you why. A lot of people right now are looking online on how they can make either extra income or a full-time income working from the comfort of their own home. Guys, right now we're in a really unstable, uncertain times right now with the economy. People don't know whether or not there's going to be a real estate crash, where there's going to be an entire economic crash. There's a lot of uncertainty. There's a lot of chains of stores that are being completely wiped out, okay? Here in Canada, we had a chain of stores, an electronic chain of stores called Future Shop. And that chain of stores is gone. Okay, I'm talking about wiped out all the way across Canada. So, you know, imagine that you were one of the people that was in high corporate position with Future Shop, and all of a sudden you wake up one day and you find yourself not only out of a job, but out of an entire career that you have invested maybe 20, 25 years. I mean, Future Shop was literally a staple in the electronics world, and it's gone, okay? It's gone. There is a lot of restructuring going on right now in corporate America, and it's a lot of uncertainty right now with what's the future going to hold, right? Now, you might be one of those people right now that's actually going through corporate downsizing, cutbacks, layoffs. You go into work one day, you find out you got a pink slip, and your job is now gone, right? Restructuring happening. They're taking out a lot of the older people, replacing them with younger people. And a lot of those people are actually finding themselves in a position where they're overqualified now to go back into the workforce, right? So it's a really, really tough time. So what typically happens is that people start to rely on their credit cards to sort of make ends meet. They use the credit cards to buy groceries. They use the credit cards to pay for their school activities and things for their kids. And then all of a sudden, they find the credit cards are maxed out, okay? Now, you might be in that position, and maybe that's why you're here today, because you want to find out how to pay down that debt so that you can live a life of freedom. Now, typically once the credit cards max out, the biggest debt payment is typically the mortgage, okay? Now, one payment you can normally get away with and tap it on to the end, and the bank may let you get away with that. But if it goes into 2, 3, 4, 5 months, your home is headed for foreclosure and you're in trouble. Now, after that typically comes the car, and the car being repoed, and now you're in a big problem, because number one, you can't get back and forth to and from work unless maybe you take the bus, and two, you may not have a job to even go to, and three, if you're in a position where your home's being foreclosed on, now what are you going to do? Probably have to move back home and live with mom and dad, right? And when you're 30, 40, 50 years old, that's not necessarily a good thing for your pride and your ego to be able to suck that up to go back home to live with mom and dad. You know what I'm saying? So what I want to do here today, guys, is I want to share with you a little bit about Black Ops Underground Marketing. I've been in marketing and advertising for about 30 years myself. I got into this industry in my very early 20s, and I had some really good millionaire mentors, people that kind of took me under their wing, and they coached me all the way along the path until at 35 years old, I made my first $1 million. Now, I will share with you this. Once you get to the point of freedom, once you get to the point where you don't have a mortgage payment, you don't have any car payments, you don't have any real bills other than your cell phone, your power bill, and if you want to go traveling and gas and things like that, it really, your attention goes off of you and it goes on to what can you do to make a difference in the world. And from all of that training that I had, I've put together a very easy step-by-step comprehensive program so that the average person, somebody that's never ever marketed a day in their life before, can start experiencing what it feels like to start having $1,000 days. And I can tell you that when you have your first $1,000 day, your life as you know it will completely change forever. And your vision, your dream will just go as to what's possible. What's possible. Now, what's really cool about the strategies that we teach is that you could actually be starting off on a very casual part-time basis and then learn the skills over time and eventually replace your income at your job. Some people have even doubled their income that they've made or tripled their income. We have one engineer that actually tripled his income in 9 months in Millionaire Mentoring. But we have students as young as 17 years old, month one, that made $35,000 the very first month. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you're a single mom, you know, you want to stay at home with your kids, you may have just been laid off and you don't know what to do, you're in a state of transition, or you may have just reached what I call a breaking point where you've just had enough. The debt is just taking you out, right? To the point where a lot of people right now are actually on the verge of being bankrupt, right? And that's not fun. Okay, that's not a fun place to be. And we really, from our heart, we really want to be able to help you so that you can make money at will, on demand, from anywhere in the world, that you have a laptop computer and a Wi-Fi connection. Now, I will share with you this. I went to Manila last year for 2 months. Okay, so imagine just being able to pick up, take your laptop, fly to the other side of the world, get a condo, stay for 2 months, enjoy a place that you've never been before, and spend time with people that you actually met on the internet and actually forge the relationship and be able to really live that life of freedom. And that's what this is really all about, guys. It's really about living a life of freedom. Now, sometimes life throws you a curveball. And when I was in Manila, I was having problems with my lower back. I had a sciatic nerve problem, and we were going to a little island called Boracay, and our taxi never came. Was waiting for it. We had it booked and everything the previous night before. And all of a sudden, the time starts ticking down, down, down. And if you don't get on the freeway at a certain time in Manila, you're in big trouble, right? Because it'd be backlogged, and then you're going to miss the plane. So I see a cab, and I was like, there's a cab. And as I'm pulling my suitcase out of the tower onto the sidewalk, I don't see that the sidewalk drops 8 inches. And if you're not ready for something like that, you really get the jolt in your leg, and my leg hit and it popped my vertebrae in my lower back, completely blew it, okay? I'm talking about a sciatic nerve that's pressing, right? Excruciating pain. And from there, we went to Boracay, and I was pretty much flatlined for the trip. But on the way back, I ended up actually in the hospital, and I had to have back surgery. Okay, now what would you do if that happened to you? Now, when you get into the hospital in a place like Manila, you're literally checking yourself into an institution, and there's security guards at the front door, right, with guns, okay? And if you don't pay your bill, you go to jail, okay? It's very serious. And just from the time that I was in the hospital, my bill, okay, for surgery was $35,000. Okay, now I want you to really think about what would happen to you and your family if something like that happened to you. You went away on vacation, and all of a sudden you have an accident, you end up in the hospital, you have to have emergency back surgery, and you don't really have time to think about anything. okay? Now keep in mind, from Manila to Vancouver is 23 hours on the plane. So you got to go from Manila to Tokyo, 4-hour layover, then from Tokyo to Vancouver. It's almost a full day of flying, and I certainly wasn't going to be able to fly in the condition that I was in the hospital. So I really had no choice. I had to have surgery, okay? Now here's the interesting thing. I had my laptop, okay? And that's all I needed to be able to make money on demand, okay? Now what's very, very cool is that we teach people the 7-figure formula. A lot of people learn different strategies in network marketing or MLM, and they don't actually get paid a lot of times in their primary business for 6 weeks, sometimes as long as 3 months. I've actually been in companies where I've done a whole campaign and I've never even been paid. They didn't even pay me, right? So what we typically do is we teach people the 7-figure model, and that's to have something on the front end. We call it the ATM machine, that's going to pay you in real time today, okay, not 6 weeks from now, not 2 months from now, not 3 months from now, today. And that is actually going to not only build your list of qualified buyers, but it's going to fund your whole business. It's going to fund your marketing, your advertising, your events, your airfare. Everything that you do is all going to be funded by this little front-end ATM machine that's going to actually be like a bank for you, okay? Now, if it wasn't because of that, I would have been in big problem, okay? Because while I was in the hospital with my laptop, I actually made $25,000 that month that I was in the hospital, okay? So thankfully, because you have to pay, like, as you're going through this process, through surgery, they don't let you go the full time, and then at the very end, there's the bill that they're gonna give you. You go in, you're there for maybe a week, maybe 8 days, 9 days, and then you gotta pay up. And then you're in for another little bit and you gotta pay up. So thank God I had my online business where I could actually generate that type of cash flow to be able to fund my medical expenses. Now, if you've ever dealt with insurance companies, let me tell you, they will look for some way to get around it, to get out of paying you. And that's exactly what happened for me, right? They said, oh no, it was an elective surgery. I mean, like, if you had seen me flatline on the bed, you would have known that there's no possible way that I could have gone a 23-hour flight on an airplane back home to Vancouver. It just wouldn't have been possible. So that bill that I ended up having to pay wasn't covered by my insurance. Now, what would you do if that happened to you? First of all, most families don't have $35,000 just sitting around that they can put into that type of situation. And what would you do now? You got to have the surgery, right? You don't have the money, right? So now what? You're in a real major predicament. We want to be able to help you so that you have a safety net, right? You have a cushion to be able to take a fall and not ruin your entire family, okay? Not ruin your entire family. So guys, what I want to do here is I'm going to reach out to a couple of students here right now, because I really want you to really understand that it doesn't matter, you know, what you do right now. It doesn't matter if you're a single mom. It doesn't matter if you're blue collar or white collar or no collar, right? We have people literally from every single profession that you can imagine. Doctors, lawyers, accountants, chiropractors, massage therapists, people that work in retail, realtors, mortgage brokers, insurance agents. Our goal is, no matter what you currently market, we want to show you how to become a master marketer, okay? That's the goal. We want to show you how to be able to generate unlimited number of leads using social media so that you don't ever have to harass your friends and family, you never get rejected, right? We're going to show you how you can actually, with the leads, now close and upsell to other higher ticket products, right? or if you're in real estate, how to make more commissions, right? Or insurance or automotive, right? And we want to show you how to generate a monthly marketing and advertising budget for your business. I typically target at a $10,000 monthly marketing budget to show somebody how they could do that for their own business, and also how to raise the money for your high ticket products, okay? Now, when we rolled out Black Ops Underground Marketing, in the very first 35 days, okay, without spending a single penny on paid marketing, no ads, just using social media, myself and my business partner made $240,000, okay, in profit. $240,000 in profit. So guys, what I'm going to do right now is I want to reach out so you can actually hear from some of the people here in Black Ops. The first story I want to share with you here is something that could actually happen to anyone. Okay, this gentleman was actually in construction. He worked on construction sites, and all of a sudden he found himself with a curveball. He broke his leg. Okay, now how exactly would you be able to go onto a construction site with a broken leg? Think about that, right? So all of a sudden he came into a dead end on his career, and he had to find something fast to be able to make an income, to pay his mortgage, to take care of his family. So I want to reach out right now to Nathan Kendall. Welcome to the call, Nathan.
Hey, thanks for that, Darren. I appreciate you spending some time with me, and welcome to everyone that's made it to this call. Yeah, my story is, guys, I am new to this stuff. Obviously, I'm a carpenter. I knew nothing about online marketing until I got a hold of Black Ops. And Black Ops wasn't the first thing that I tried to get a hold of. Now, obviously, when you're out of an income, you have to go online like I did, like you have, and like everyone else does. And I had to find a way to generate money. So I went and looked, and there is a lot of noise in this space. Everyone is telling you how to do it, but nobody's actually walking you step by step through the process. So I tried a few things before Black Ops, and they all ended up terrible. I was out of pocket, and I was left trying to create an income to support my family. So after I met Darren, and after I went through the Black Ops training and saw all of the support and the value that was there, I was able to implement that. And within a period of 2 weeks, I started generating income that quickly replaced the income that I had made in construction. Now, I went on the first month and generated over $10,000. And my story is not the only story like this. Everyone that's on this panel, we have watched each other go through this process. So if you're new in this process, what you need to understand is you're just a little bit behind us, and you're going to follow the same steps, and you're going to also be able to learn how to generate leads for yourself and how to be able to upsell and close people and do all these things that people are struggling with online. So it's been an absolute enlightening experience for me. I no longer work. I work from home. I work when I want to work. I now have multiple streams of income because I've learnt those strategies that will help me to, not only in this business, but in any other business. This is just the starting point to help you get off the starting block and start generating an income so you can start spending time on your passion and doing the things that you want to do. So I'm super grateful to Black Ops. It's been an absolutely enlightening experience for me, and it's absolutely changed my life. So I'm grateful to that. Thank you, Darren.
Fantastic. I appreciate you, Nathan. Guys, I want you to imagine what it might be like. You have a vision, you have a dream, you start on a path online, and all you're taught is to go buy solo ads, which is traffic, right? Which is piggybacking off of somebody else's list to be able to generate leads from. And as you're sinking down the hole, going further and further and further and further and further in debt, and you reach out to the people that are training you and you say, well, what do I do? And they say, buy more, buy more, buy more, buy more. And next thing you know, you've maxed out all your credit cards, you use your entire savings account, and now you are in big trouble, right? What do you do now? The gentleman that you're about to meet, guys, his name is Billy Anellis, and Billy actually had to get a part-time job, and I believe he was actually washing cars just to be able to make ends meet for his family. And in a very, very short period of time in Millionaire Mentoring, he's actually now not only a full-time marketer, but a full-time leader in the industry. And now he's launching his own product called the Seven Figure Minds. Or is it the Seven Figure Mindset? I'm not too sure, to be quite honest right now, but you can share a little bit about that with your product. And this is an amazing story, guys, because a lot of people get pulled down that rabbit hole. I will share this with you. The only thing that they're taught is to go buy the high ticket products and start spending money on paid traffic. We do not do that. We do not teach that, right? We teach the front end ATM business model that will literally turn your computer into an ATM machine. And I'm not kidding, guys. So Billy, welcome to the call.
Thank you very much, Darren, and I really appreciate you inviting me on this call right now. So like Darren said, I was always introduced to the model of spending a lot of money on paid advertising. So, you know, I'm from Toronto, Canada here, and if you hear that accent, oui, je parle français. So I'm from, you know, born and raised in Montreal. So if I eat a little bit of my words, you know, don't mind me. So, you know, just a little over a year ago, I actually went broke because I was always sold on the model of spending money on paid advertising. So, you know, I maxed out 4 of my credit cards. I had to go back and get a temporary job to, you know, catch up on some bills and support my family. And, you know, I have 2 beautiful daughters that I take care of besides, you know, being full-time online. But, you know, I remember just a little over a year ago, I was introduced to another business online, because what I did is when I jumped on in the online space, I wanted to actually monetize my music production business. So I started add-on. So I jumped in and started learning how to build websites, how to do, you know, list building, copywriting, but a lot of paid advertising. So I said, okay, let me complement my music business also with other streams of income, because I also do believe in multiple streams of income. But it didn't take time for me to go down that rabbit hole, like you know, Darren was saying right now, and all the programs and all the things that I've tried to tell you, keep spending more, keep building that list, keep, you know, spending on these, you know, paid advertising strategies, and I went broke. So I had to go back to a job, but I didn't give up though. So the business opportunity that went on, and that's how I kind of came across Black Ops Underground Marketing is, you know, again, I was sold on the model of spending a lot of money on paid advertising, and I had to pay up to $57,000 to be all in that opportunity. So I was like, man, I'm maxed out right now. I have a little bit of money left on my credit card, and I have to spend, you know, not only up to $57,000, but I have to spend a lot of money on paid advertising each month. And then I was like, okay, so what am I gonna do now? Like, I almost, you know, prayed God, and I said, man, is this really what it takes to succeed online? And I came across Black Ops Underground Marketing. Within, you know, Black Ops changed everything for me, and I'm glad to say that I'm full-time on that right now. And, you know, things are growing super fast. And, you know, within 72 hours of being in the opportunity in the marketing group that we're in right now, I saw my first $1,000 instant commission come in, and I finished my first week with $3,000. So that's not what I'm trying to brag about here, but just the fact that I was able to do that in that short period of a time where I didn't have to wait 1 or 2 weeks to see my money, you know, right away, that temporary job that I had back then, I said, I'm out. If I can do that online, you know, considering that I had a temporary job making $2,000 for the whole month working and busting my ass for that job, I was able to, you know, to generate $3,000 online without spending any money on paid advertising on top of that. So I said, I'm out. And, you know, today, you know, I'm a full-time marketer online, you know, and I'm building my new project that I'm building, where I'm interviewing 24 top leaders in the home-based business industry. So it's the 7-figure minds. You know, you were right on point there. So it's been great, and Black Ops changed my life forever.
Fantastic, Billy. Continued success. Super proud of you, pal. It's phenomenal. Guys, you know, a lot of people think that when you go through Millionaire Mentoring, they might say, well, I don't have a business. I don't have an online business, right? I want to share with you that these strategies are transferable skills. So I'm talking about real estate, mortgage broker, insurance agent, automotive industry, retail, hotel, motel, nightclub, lounge, doesn't matter, okay? This is a phenomenal story because the lady that you're about to meet is actually a realtor, okay? And when she got into Black Ops Underground Marketing, her initial intention was that she was going to go down this path and create another income stream for herself. What she didn't know is that she was going to actually be able to take those skills that she learned, apply them to her real estate business, and she made an additional $55,000 in real estate commissions in 90 days. So Emily, welcome to the call. So tell us a little bit about your story. Your camera for some reason is not coming through here. It's all gray. Just keep on going. We can see it. Just looks like you're in a dark room or something. Fantastic. I was just going to say, people say that for some reason they can't hear you, Emily. So I don't know, your video's faded out. It's black, like we can see you, but nobody can hear you. I can hear you, but apparently nobody else can. So maybe it's because you're on your phone, and I don't know. But we're going to move on here. But I appreciate your story. $55,000, ladies and gentlemen, in the course of 90 days from a realtor who actually just took what she was learning in Black Ops Underground Marketing and applied it to her regular business and grew a $55,000 in 90 days in her real estate company. So congratulations and continued success. Guys, you know, life throws curveballs, right? It happens to all of us. You know, for me, it was my back surgery that I went through in Manila. The couple that you're about to meet, I kind of call them, nicknamed the Brady Bunch, because they have 6 kids between them. But this is a really, really powerful story because they found themselves in a real financial bind. Now imagine if this happened to you. You've got 6 children that you're responsible for. You have an eviction notice. You've gone 2 days with no water, and you literally are on a fast track countdown to being homeless, okay? Homeless. They took these strategies, they applied them, their whole life turned around. They've made about $37,000 here in about 5 months, plus Jose that you're about to meet also signed a 6-figure deal from rock bottom past $137,000 in about 4.5, 5 months. So guys, welcome to the call. Jose and Jennifer, welcome to the call.
Hello, Darren. Well, thank you, first of all, for having us here on the call. It's always an honor to be able to share our story and what Black Ops has done for us. But yeah, that's kind of us right here, the Brady Bunch family. You know, we have all these kids. Jose has 3, I have 3. And, you know, when we first found Millionaire Mentoring, my background was, you know, I did network marketing for about 3.5 years before this. And my organization had fallen apart. I went from making about $7,000 a month to like $500 a month in a short period of time. And our friends have found, you know, Millionaire Mentoring, and they told us about it. At the time, you know, since our paychecks were dropping, we didn't have the money. So, you know, we had to borrow it. We saw the value right away. We knew that this was going to be something that was, you know, going to help us get out of the situation that we were in as our bills started piling up. And Jose borrowed the money and we got in. And, you know, right when we got in, we made our first $1,000 sale within 24 hours. So when we saw that, we was like, wait a minute, we have something here. Like, this is possible. So then, you know, bills kept piling up as we're learning these strategies and trying to figure it all out. You know, it was right after Christmas, you know, the kids, it was just so much going on. We didn't have any other income. And things got really bad, you know, like my landlord came with the paper talking about, you know, you have 3 days to come up with the backed up rent or you are going to be homeless. You know, we went 2 days without water, like, you know, like you mentioned. And then, you know, that day when the landlord came, I reached out to you, Darren, without you knowing who I was. And you called me and told us, and I'm going to let Jose take it from there after that phone call and that conversation that we had with you.
Yeah, like, hey, thanks for having us on the call again. The introduction, guys. Yeah, so like Jennifer was saying, like, I mean, I was in a transition point. You know, I just had, you know, moved down to Florida from New York. I was a barber there. I had a shop and I had just sold it. So I came down. So I was living off of savings at the time. And I was also working a network marketing company. As a matter of fact, that's how I met Jennifer, through that same network marketing company. So, you know, I came down here and a few months later, you know, she had her crash with her organization and it was just like, wow, like stuff got really hectic, you know, my funds depleted very fast. Obviously having 6 children to supply for, you know, you go through it very fast. So, yeah, so, you know, we found Millionaire Mentoring. I remember that call with Darren and, you know, he kind of just told us the same stuff that we were already learning. You know, and I guess at that point, I came to realize that I haven't surrendered my ego 100% at that moment. And I just surrendered that time and I followed exactly what he said. He gave us a 10-day timeline. And, you know, he told us just to trust in the process and we did. And I remember around the 10th day, I was like, man, you know, I was kind of, you know, having that self-talk, like, wow, is this really going to happen? And all of a sudden, bam, the next 4 days, we had our first income explosion online where we produced $5,400 in 4 days. And then the next week we made another $6,000. And I was just like, wow, this is really happening. Long story short, I mean, I was able to, you know, get caught up on the bills. You know, obviously we had our water back on, you know, and man, it was just, it was very, very life-changing. I mean, since then, it's probably been about 16 weeks or so since then. You know, we've been able to produce with Black Ops alone, like about 37 grand. We're also part of a few different income streams online. And also the same strategies, I've been able to apply them offline as well, like Darren was mentioning. And now, I mean, life is just great now. Life is just great now. Life has changed, you know, for sure. I mean, once you learn this stuff, you can't unlearn it. You know, like once you know these strategies, once you start learning the 7-figure formula, I mean, you cannot unlearn it and you're just going to use it on your everyday life. I mean, I use it all the time. I use it for everything we do. Everything I do, you know.
To get our way.
Absolutely.
So we're so grateful. Thank you so much, Darren. And, you know, we're grateful to be here and we can't wait to see what's next.
Fantastic. Guys, you know, I want to share this story with you because the gentleman that you're about to meet, I think he's only about 24 years old, actually. And he was in construction. And, you know, when the winter time starts coming in construction, guys, I'm telling you, it's not fun. Okay, it's not fun. When you're out in the blistering cold and, you know, you've got rain and stuff that you're in, it is not a fun experience. And he literally just drew a line in the sand this one day And he just said, I will no longer stand for my life like this any longer. So he reached out, he connected with Black Ops. In his very first 30 days, guys, okay, his first month, he made $26,000 starting from zero to $26,000 US in 1 month. Okay, so John Huntley, welcome to the call, sir. You're muted there, buddy. You're muted.
Go unmute. There we go. Thank you, Darren, so much for that introduction. Everybody that joined us on today's hangout, thank you guys for showing up, being here. Again, Darren, thank you for this opportunity. Guys, Black Ops has been not only just an income transformation, but has been a personal, mental, physical, and spiritual transformation in all areas of my life. As Darren said, you guys, when I first started, I was a construction worker. Didn't really know what my path was, knew what I wanted to do. And just like most of us that joined into this market space, once I got into it, I got into a marketing, a personal development marketing company, which was a turn 'em and burn 'em kind of company, but not knowing how to really make money online and just going with with my why, just with my passion. I knew I wanted to be successful. I just needed the right avenue. So I was searching for that. And guys, all the stories are the same. It just seems like, we started to have these connections, and that, I quit my job entirely. And with what I do and the way I teach with my team, I always tell them, I said, massive action. I don't want everyone to go out there and quit their job. But what I say is, that for me personally, it was to actually just go out there and just say, you know what, if I'm going to make this work no matter what. So through my journey, I got to a point where I almost hit rock bottom in my journey of success, because I was at a state where I was spending more money. No money is coming in. I never made a single dollar online yet, and I've spent probably almost $8,000 on product and traffic costs. Well, when I was buying traffic, I didn't understand all the other things that came in with it. So now I'm just burning money. And all I was told was, stay there, keep going. But I said, well, when's the money going to come? When am I going to actually learn something? When is someone going to actually teach me something, rather than just go buy this and it'll happen? Just go buy this and it'll happen, without actually really putting the work in. So guys, I got to the point where I really almost crashed and burned and said, you know what, I can't do this anymore. I have a newborn that just was born. My son just was born, and I was sitting here with $2,000 left in my bank account, and I was literally stuck between a rock and a hard place. And yes, $2,000, but when you have rent coming up, I joined July 18th. I had rent coming up on August 1st, and I was at this point where I didn't know what I was going to do. And once this opportunity came to me, the opportunity, when I saw the video, I said, wow, this is amazing. This is exactly what I need. I need a millionaire mentor. I need somebody that's going to guide me. I need guidance. One of the biggest things that I say is, I never tell anybody I'm going to see you at the top. No, I'm going to come down. I'm going to put you on my back. I'm going to carry you up there with me, because that's what this is about. That's what we do here. We don't just say, hey guys, see you at the top. No, we're going to come down there. We're going to put you on our backs. We're going to help you up there. So guys, so when I saw that, I said, wow, I see hope. I see a future. And when I started, I was in Darren's inbox and my sponsor's inbox, the first 2 days, is this going to work? Is it going to work? John, have you watched the videos? Have you done the trainings? Are you following the process? Are you doing? And I said, well, not everything. He goes, well, then don't come to me when you've done everything. And if it's not working after 2 weeks, then we'll talk. Well, after that conversation with Darren, and me and him always talk about that conversation. I always bring it up because it's true. It happened. After my 4th day, I went out there, I list builded, I was following the process. I was doing exactly what he taught me to do. And all of a sudden, I started building connections. I started feeling really what this business is really about. And then in my first 10 days, guys, I made $10,000. It was literally one day, someone was went into my business, the next day, $3,000 day. Guys, in my first week in Millionaire Mentoring, I made a $5,000 day. It was incredible. It was the most exhilarating, because you know what? And the thing about it, income aside, guys, I really started to believe that the potential and everything that I believed in myself was finally showing. Like I was actually, there was something, like I was actually meant to be here. Everything, my why, everything that I was driving for meant something now. It was more than just the income. It was starting to see like I am making a difference. I'm finally completing my journey, and I'm appelling, propelling into the, just into this being that, that I was becoming, and it was incredible. I mean, it was the experience that I was having was incredible. And from that moment on, I took my personal development very seriously. I took what we were doing here very seriously, and my income showed it. From there, it was a $26,000 a month. After that, it was a $10,000 a month. After that, it was another $10,000. And then one month I had a $15,000. So the income literally just started to come, but it came because we were taught the right strategies. We weren't just taught, okay, turn them and burn them, turn them and burn them, turn them and burn them. No, we were actually doing something with our teams, building our teams, doing true mentoring rather than just saying, okay, we'll see you at the top. Okay, and then if we don't, I'm sorry. Then if you don't make it, I guess this isn't for you. Because let me tell you guys, your why means something. Our whys mean something. Our journeys, everything, our paths, they mean something. And if someone ever tells you just because you can't get there right now doesn't mean you can't get there tomorrow. So anybody that is facing that right now and they're stuck between if I should keep going or if I should just stop right now, let me tell you guys, there's hope out there. There's people out there. There's 1,500 of us that are out there that want to help people, that are helping people every single day. So, Darren, I appreciate everything. I wasn't actually supposed to be on this panel tonight. I was actually supposed to be on one from a week from now, and Darren came to me, and I jumped on this right away because, guys, even being at a family's house, being Labor Day weekend, it doesn't stop there because your success is my success, and then our success makes the world's success. So thank you, Darren, so much.
Fantastic. Continued success, John. Super proud of you for really getting to your breakthrough and stepping into your leadership. So that's phenomenal. Guys, this is a great story because a lot of people out there, they dream of the life of freedom. They dream of the life to be able to travel around the country with no worries, no stress, and actually just take off and live in an RV. And the couple that you're about to meet, they did exactly that. They left corporate America, they plugged into the internet, they plugged into Millionaire Mentoring, and now they literally travel the country with their 2 dogs, I might add, in a big one of those big Winnebago type RV things. And they have literally got all over the country, guys. I'm talking about all over North America, and hopefully at some point they'll be coming to Vancouver. So ladies and gentlemen, it's my great pleasure to introduce you to Michael and Michelle Aldo.
Hey, everybody. Thank you, Darren, for having us on, and to the panel. Appreciate you all. It's awesome to be here and truly blessed to be part of this experience. And, as Darren mentioned, we started online not too long ago and saw the power of the internet, saw the power of being able to create financial freedom through the internet. And, with that, we left our 9-to-5 jobs. We're like, hey, we want to be together. We want to be with our dogs. We want to, for us, it's the experience. We want to be able to smell the smells, taste the foods, experience the people, and just be able to connect in a way that, we weren't really familiar with to begin with. So finding the online space, finding Black Ops in the community, and not to mention Millionaire Mentoring, because, we've been in some pretty low places where, having the community, having Darren around really brings you back up and like, hey, you know what? I can do this. I see people who believe in me. I see people having results. Hey, let's move forward with this and continue in a way that can help us live our dream, because people see what we're doing and they're like, I want to do that. I want to do that. And you know what? It inspires us to keep moving forward. So having the mentoring, having the community not only allows us to continue what we're doing, we also got in a place where the company we were in, Billy touched upon paid traffic, and that was basically what we did. Paid traffic, buy more, spend more, thousands of dollars, no joke. Like, you go and spend money that you wouldn't spend on other things, but you'd spend it on your traffic because that's what was taught to you. So that's what we did. And at a point it got to be like, hey, what are we doing? You know, where are we going with this? Company started to crumble. We started to lose our bearings, lose our footing. Found Darren, found Black Ops, found the community that you're being exposed to tonight. And we just went with it. We didn't hold anything back. We contacted Darren, got involved immediately, and started to incrementally start to transform how we did business, how we marketed online, how we started to connect with people, because that's what it's truly all about. Everybody here that you're hearing from tonight has had results because they've truly connected with human beings on a level that most people are not connecting. And for us, it's right down our alley. It's right up our alley, however you want to say it, because we wanted to get to that next level. You know, you look at Darren, if you follow Darren, he's right where we want to be. He's the mentor for us. When you think you can't get to that next level, or there's no next level, and then all of a sudden you're like, hey, what's this light through this little tunnel here? Well, what's going on? You know, that's your next level. And for us, that's what we did. We tapped into our power. We started listening and being coachable. And, you know, that ego, you know, starts to get at you. And if you're not aware of it, you can't do anything to change it. So when you're aware of it, you start to really transform how you do things. So that's what we did. We started to plug into right here and step into our power, do things that we've never done. And, you know, I'm not talking about anything illegal. I'm just saying being your true, authentic self so that you can actually help not only your purpose, but the purpose of other people. And, you know, we've been able to really plug away, start to create the income where, you know, it's not you promoting a company, you know, lock your spot, buy this product, look at all my things and buy them. No, it's connecting and really being able to make an income on demand, something we weren't even aware of, you know, make a product sale. And then, you know, 3 weeks later, you get your commissions. No, what we have here is instant. So if let's say you need to, you know, God forsaken, you have to do something now, you have a strategy you can plug away at, and by the end of the day, have income in your PayPal or whatever it is, so that you can go out there and start to invest and do whatever you need to do. So not only were we able to have $1,000 day the other day, we're able to have consecutive $1,000 days, and even days on deck where we have people right now who are out there getting the money together to get started and to start transforming their lives. Because when you invest and when you start to really do things for yourself, things are set up along the way for you to succeed. The people are there, the circumstances are there, the things that you need, like this hangout, are there for you to plug into and really start to take your life to the next level.
Darren, I have to add to that. Like, I thank you for having us on here. Super excited. You know, one of the biggest things, you know, we talked about paid traffic. That was, you know, for me, I was kind of I had no idea. Like, Mike was doing a lot of the brunt of the technical stuff, the traffic stuff. And all I know is that a lead was something that we paid for. I literally had to like wrap my head around what a lead was, because we just been paying for these people. Like, so it was something that we paid for. And so when it got to the point where, like Mike said, like the business started to, you know, change its marketing, really start to impede on our lives and what we were doing, you know, what we've learned here in Black Ops is that you are the front door to your business, you know, and that was a big thing for us because we weren't the front door of our business. We were, you know, we were what that business was. And so when the business starts to crumble, it's like you're left with what, starting over. So really we've learned skills that we are the front doors of our business. We never have to rely on another company ever again, that you are the front door to whatever company that you want and whatever business you have. You know, so when we contacted you and we learned about, you know, Facebook strategy and like what leads were, to us, it was like, what? It was like a field day of these leads on Facebook. And I'm like, wait a minute, you don't have to pay for these? These people just show up and they're there. And, you know, so we were really excited to implement what we already had. We had a really great Facebook. Like, we were already really, you know, marketing on Facebook without marketing, but realizing that we'd already built those connections that we weren't utilizing. So we've learned strategies here. And, you know, $1,000 day, like I go back to what I used to do, you know, former Beyond 9 to 5. And there were days, you know, to have $1,000 day, I think I do the math. It took me almost 80 hours of working to have $1,000 show up in my bank account, 2 weeks worth of paycheck. So do the math of where you're at. What would it take to make $1,000? For me, it was almost 80 hours of work. And that's something that we can implement in a day, less than 8 hours, have $1,000 in your bank account, and that you can do this consecutively, you know. And so having the Millionaire Mentorship, everything that Mike said, everything that everyone on this panel has said is phenomenal, because it's the community, it's the beautiful people, and it's the people that you're making connections with, kind of, you know, just like John said, you know, you have these families and you're doing everything you can, and it's the personal connection that really hones in on what we're doing. You know, so many people are out there spamming and throwing links, and they're really kind of lost as to how do I get that lead, you know. And so Darren, thank you for everything, because a lead is not something that we have to buy, you know, and not to mention they're not always quality. You know, that's the other thing. You're not picking who you work with. Here we get to pick our teammates. We get to qualify them, and they're the people who we want to go on vacation with. They're the people that we want to spend time with, just like everyone here on this panel, just like you, Darren. We will be coming to Canada,
and you might
parking it in your driveway.
You might have to kick us out of there, man. You might have to kick us out.
So thank you, Darren.
We love you all.
Our life is completely changed by the people on this panel, by you, and by the entire community. We're blessed to be here, and we are never going anywhere.
Fantastic. Guys, what I want to do right now is I want you to, I'm actually going to open the vault tonight, guys. Okay, I'm actually going to open the vault. I'm going to log into my back office. But before I do that, okay, because you've been here on the patient on the line, I'm going to actually maybe even go to my Facebook wall and show you a couple of cool things tonight, because this is a little bit of a special night tonight. But what I want to do is I want you to take the link. I want you to go to your Facebook wall and say, Darren's opening the vault. Hop on right now, because he's going live to his back office, okay? And then what I'm going to do as well is I'm going to show you how we generate unlimited leads using the power of the Facebook. I'm going to show you guys live how I was able to generate over 24,000 leads for free using Facebook strategies. Okay, it's going to blow you away. And if you've got a team out there, trust me when I tell you, they're going to want to see what I'm about to show you. Okay, I'm opening the vault tonight, guys. So take this link, post it on your Facebook wall, and say right on there, Darren Little's opening the vault. Hop on now, okay? Now, I'm going to give you a little bit of time to do that. But guys, a lot of people think that if you're brand new, you're just starting out, right, that it could never happen for you. That's what they believe. That's what they believe in here. And I want for you to hear from somebody because of Millionaire Mentoring, because of following our strategies, on how she was actually able to, in a single day, I think she made over $2,000, but I'm going to let her share a little bit about that story with you. So, Nicola, welcome to the call.
Hello, how are you? Oh, it's been a crazy couple of days. We have gastro going through the house with 4 kids, so it's a wonderful time at the moment, but I'm so blessed to be here because it's great. It makes a lot more positive energy, and it's awesome. So yes, I did over $3.5 grand in 5 days. The very first day, $2.5 grand straight up, right before my eyes in a matter of like minutes, which was absolutely fantastic. That now has given me the drive to get more because I know how easy it is, and I know how wonderful it is to have the feeling of having that financial freedom and not, still being able to deal with your kids, still being able to do the things you have to do as a mom, but still make the money online. So it's a blessing, honestly. It's been a very big shock for me. And it's, before finding Millionaire Mentoring, I was kind of lost, like a lot of you guys, looking at the paid traffic, looking at all these other things. And being in Millionaire Mentoring with Darren and you guys it's like a big family. It's really opened my eyes to the world. It has helped me in other businesses that I do as well. I'm looking at going to Miami in the end of September because of me implementing what I've learned into the other things that we do as well. So, but yeah, extremely ecstatic on the over $3.5 grand in 5 days. That's our biggest thing this week. So yeah, awesome.
Fantastic. That's great. Congratulations on that continued success. Guys, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to actually log into my back office, because you know what? Talk is cheap, right? A lot of people say, you know, well, show us how the money's made. Show us the money. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to take you a little bit behind the scenes here. I'm going to actually go to one of my income streams, to the login. This is the live login right here in my back office. And you'll be able to see what's possible. Now, this is what's possible, guys. Okay, so you can see here, there's $238,400 in the $1,000 payments, and there are $2,500 here in the $100 payments. That's $240,000, not $2,049. But keep in mind, I'm in Canada, so you can add another 25% on top of that just from this one particular income stream. Now, there's two things that you need as an entrepreneur to be able to have a successful business. You need more leads and you need more cash flow. How are you going to be able to do that? You have to have a product on the front end that targets the two main things that entrepreneurs need: personal development, leadership, and marketing strategies. So we have this product here called the Genesis Library. And what it does is you actually purchase the reseller rights to the product for $99 per quarter or $299 per year. And then you purchase the product for $1,000, $50 for the PayPal transaction fees. And now every time you sell this product, it's like you went out and made the product yourself. So you actually become the vendor. Now, in our basic Genesis Basics package, that's where you pay the $99. There's actually some really cool strategies on mindset, YouTube, WordPress, proven marketing, proven traffic sources, email copy that sells, overcoming failure and obstacles. At our $100 advanced product, you can see the quality of these marketing strategies, and you can apply these to any type of business, guys, any type of business. But it's really when you get up here into our elite package, this is where you get access to ongoing millionaire mentoring. Now, keep in mind, guys, if you go to my website and somebody was to pay me for a 1-hour session, they would actually pay me $1,000 an hour, right? You get ongoing millionaire mentoring from 3 different millionaire mentors once you purchase this Genesis Elite product. Now, we have our Legends Library. There's a lot of multiple 6- and 7-figure income earners here. I was very humbled and blessed to actually be featured in this vault right here. You might know some of these people. Actually, people like Ray Higdon made about $4 million in his coaching business. Tracy Walker made a couple $1 million in Empower Network. Todd Falcone, another big name in the industry. Jeff Mills, Greg Gomez, Evan Clausen is a best-selling author. So we really take it to the next level to help you get into the right mindset. We got a program in here from Jack Zufelt, the author of DNA Success. If you've ever watched the movie called The Secret, this is a little bit behind the scenes of The Secret. It's called The Village. And then there's a section on mindset and health and wellness. So the value is incredible. But what's cool is when these $1,000 commissions start showing up on a daily basis. Now, since I started Black Ops, I think the best day that I had was over $17,000. Just this last month, with all the income streams combined, it was over $118,000. And we actually take you behind the scenes and show you step by step exactly how we did it. Now, Black Ops Underground, guys, just so you know, is a community of people. It's a community of people. You can see here, there's 1,475 members in this group, but we really take you step by step. Here's our files in our training section, so you can see that we really teach you what to do, step by step, right? with exactly what to say, exactly sentence by sentence on how you can actually not only become a top recruiter, but a top leader, a leader that knows how to provide value. Now, I want to show you guys this so you can actually see this for yourself, because a lot of people don't really understand the power of Facebook. If you look here on my Facebook wall, you can see there's 4,849 friends. What people don't know is that if you learn how to put out the right content, there's 19,563 followers, okay? So now between that, what's that? That's maybe about 24, almost 25,000, but that's only part of it. I'm gonna go over here to a personal development group that I have, where I also provide value. There's 6 leads that have just shown up right there live. Look at that, 6 people wanna join this group, okay? So the power of this, right? You can see those people here, okay? Brand new, these are brand new leads. I never paid for these, right? These are brand new people that are coming to me, right? And now they're going to be interacting with the content that I'm providing in the group. Now, that is an additional 4,461 leads you can see right there. Now, this is what happened actually for me in the last 24 hours, was $10,307.75. But it really is possible, guys. We really do show you the ropes. We really do take you through step by step to show you how to become the attractor factor. How do you get your phone ringing with incoming calls? Incoming calls, guys, okay? That's the key. You want your phone ringing. You want your Facebook lit up. You want your Skype happening. You want people calling you and saying, I'm ready to join your business, right? So we really show you how to catch people's attention. How do you get them and engage with them? Now, if you look here at my wall, we'll just scroll down here to a couple of some of these strategies here. What people don't know, guys, these right here are leads, okay? These are leads. Facebook is social media, social. It's not pitch media. It's not spam media. It's not post your link all over the internet media. It is called social media. And it's very important that you're providing value, right? There's 50 leads right there, right? This right here, there's another 22 leads right there. Some interaction here with some people, right? There's another 25 leads here. This is the goal of social media, just so you know, this right here. Because every time somebody comments and then somebody else comments, your name is gonna show up here on the bottom left side of their screen. So it's your brand over and over and over and over and over. And we teach you how to get your posts to actually start going viral. What are the strategies for that? What do you say when you reach out to somebody? What do you say to some?
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, Billy, you want to take over?
Yes, I mean, you know, it happens, Darren. Sometimes he's a person that is high energy, so it happens from time to time that the internet pops. So what he was explaining is that when you're on social media, especially on Facebook, is that when you have people coming on your posts that you're going to put out there, and there's different types of posts that you can do on your wall to attract people back to you, is that anybody that comments and like your post are all leads. It doesn't matter what you're posting, it's going to be all leads for you, and an opportunity to go ahead and connect with these people, build relationships, and find out if there's anything that you can do to serve them and help them solve their problems. So that's the model that we kind of go over. We have a couple of our
I want to add to that.
Member that came on the panel right now. So go ahead, Jennifer.
Yeah, I want to add to that. Talk about becoming the attractor factor. That's like one of the things that Darren has taught us. With the whole posting and our strategies that we've been able to learn. We have people coming to us for business. We don't have to go to harassing our friends and family and making this list like everybody usually, you know, the 97% of the industry, that's what they tell you to do. So these strategies are, you're going to be able to 10x your income and become the attractive factor. So those people could come to you. And I see Darren is back on the call. So there we go. I'm going to pass the mic back to Darren.
Fantastic. Sorry about that, guys. Sometimes it happens with a little bit of an energy blow. So guys, here's the thing that I'm going to share with you tonight. Right now, we're sort of rolling out what I would call phase 2 of our marketing rollout right now, okay? And in our first, the first year that we've actually rolled out Black Ops, in team commissions, guys, we've done over $1.6 million in paid commissions to a lot of people that have never marketed a day in their life before. They didn't even know how to market when they came on. They had no idea what marketing even was. $1.6 million into the single mom, into the engineer working part-time, into the 17-year-old kid, into the 19-year-old that was making $10 an hour that made $11,000 his first month. This is real. This is real millionaire mentoring. And what I would share with you is this. Watching Tony Robbins videos is not millionaire mentoring. This is millionaire mentoring. This right here, where you can actually connect and ask questions and interact with 7-figure income earners. That's us, okay? My business partner, Ari Maccabee, last year alone, he made $2 million, okay? Cedric Penn, my other business partner, has made over $17 million in the home-based business industry. Guys, this is real, okay? We don't have to use hype. We don't have to tell you to get in now and lock your spot, because there's a lineup of people that want real millionaire mentoring, that want to have interaction. So what I would encourage you to do is this. For some reason you came here tonight, and there's a big high probability that you're either in a state of transition right now, or you've reached a breaking point in your life, or it could be a combination of both of those, transition and breaking point. Now, if that's you, okay, if that's you, both transition and breaking point, you're actually in probably the best position that you could be in. And I'll tell you why. Most people, okay, most people have a real tough time surrendering their pride and surrendering their ego, okay, and just being coachable. It's a real challenge, right? People will tell you that they're being coachable, but they're really not, right? They're not doing the actual steps that the millionaire mentors are telling them to do. If you're at a breaking point, and if you're in a state of transition as well, that's actually the time when your ego is, boom, down at the bottom, and you're ready to be coachable. You're ready to follow the exact steps. Now, I say this to people all the time. What was different about a 17-year-old kid that he could make $35,000 in his first month? What was different? Okay, I'll tell you what it was. Okay, one word, coachable. Okay, coachable. He never argued. He never told us he had a better way. He listened to every single thing that we told him to do, and he applied it right away. He didn't kind of put it in the back burner and say, oh, I'll get around to that eventually, right? He did it immediately. The moment that we gave him the instructions, he applied it instantly. And his very first month, he made $35,000. First 6 weeks, he made over $50,000 at 17 years old. Now, where do you think that you might be, right? Where do you think you might be if you became coachable? Think about that. Now, where do you think he's going to be 3 years from now when he turns 20, right? Compared to the path that you're on, okay? If he's on a 3-year path of millionaire mentoring. So guys, what I would encourage you to do is this. Throw your hat over the wall, click that link below, and take action. It only starts when you take action, right? And then 80% of the success is really just about showing up, okay? Showing up, right? We do live interactive Zoom broadcasts where sometimes we have as many as 200 people on, and then we go live, like interactively live, and we take questions. We interact directly with you. We share our screen. We show you the strategies that we use. We show you the emails that we send out. You can actually piggyback off of a 7-figure marketing campaign. Pretty cool, right? Right? Now, wouldn't it be a lot better, instead of guessing, that you are using a tried, tested, proven campaign that we're using? Think about it, right? If I could roll out a campaign last month and make over 118,000, and you were to use a similar type of campaign yourself, think about that. What are your chances going to be when you don't have to reinvent the wheel? You don't have to figure out what to do. You can ride the campaign with the 7-figure income earners. That's the goal. That's why you see these incomes happen so fast, because we're handing you the 7-figure blueprint. We're handing it to you on a silver platter. It's literally like me handing you the keys to a brand new house, okay? Handing you the keys to a Lamborghini, okay? No joke, guys. No joke, okay? This is real millionaire mentoring, and I would highly encourage you that if you're in that position where you're in transition, you're in breaking point, trust the process, okay? Trust the process. We wouldn't be able to take average everyday people up to $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 days, right? We have one lady, Charlene Savage. 5 months ago, she was buying groceries on her credit cards, okay? A single mom. She's made $70,000 in 5 months. She's written and published her own book, and now she's a public speaker. Now think about that. She was as far down the rabbit hole as she could be, and now she'll never have to worry about money again for the rest of her life. Now, what would it be like for you if that happened for you? Think about that. What would it feel like for you knowing that you could make money on demand anytime, from anywhere in the world? You had a laptop, computer, and a Wi-Fi connection. Think about how powerful that is, and how freeing that would feel to just book a plane ticket, go someplace with your laptop. You can literally sit by the pool if they have Wi-Fi, sip on a pina colada, and be making money. No joke, because I've done it myself, trust me, right? You can email your list while you're sitting by the pool, getting a suntan, which is pretty neat, okay? Even from my hospital bed, I made 25 grand that month, okay? So throw your hat over the wall, take action, guys. Trust this process. My name is Darren Little from Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. Thanks a lot for joining us on this exclusive and private VIP broadcast. Thanks a lot to my panel here, and have a great day. All the best.